I give to you the Mantastic
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Mantastic 4 podcast. This week, we do have a special guest, probably one of the most motivating content creators on TikTok, especially whenever it comes to men's mental health and just finding your overall purpose in life. And ladies and gentlemen, the man whose voice is probably deeper than God himself, JBMotivation. Come on.
JBMotivation.
Clap it up.
Woo!
What's going on, guys?
What's up, man? Hey, so so I've been watching your videos, and there's a lot of people, a lot of men and women that simp over your deep voice, man. So it's crazy.
It's funny. A lot of the comments, I get a lot of hate actually on my lives with people saying, "Oh, it's not real. I'm using a voice changer or whatever." And I'm like, y'all are lucky I was even able to figure out how to make a podcast, do videos. I'm old school. I am not a tech person at all. So whenever they say voice changer, I have no idea what they're even talking about.
You look very young.
There's apps on TikTok. I found one the other night on a live where you can make your cheeks get like skinnier. So
really?
Chicks get, and you can set it permanently. So you permanently are a catfish.
That's terrible.
It's insane. I started recording it. I'll send it to you guys.
Yeah. Also, man,
off my life.
Also, if I may add, we do have Texas Desert Sailor joining us for this episode as well. Welcome, Texas. Yes, sir. All right. So, JB, I'm gonna kick it off with the first question here, man. So, how can men find their purpose in life? Because I hear you talk about in some of your videos, how important it is for us men to have a purpose in life. So, how can men find their purpose?
So it's not an easy question to answer, right? Because everyone's life is going to be different. Everyone is going on their own path in their own different ways. And the biggest thing that I usually tell the guys is that it's not going to drop into your lap, right? You can't just be going about your life doing your average thing and just kind of settle and then expect, to be like, oh, I'm so fulfilled. Everything is great. Purpose is something you have to work for. It's not something that's just going to land in your lap. It's something you have to play around with.
Right.
I mean, I can't tell you how many things I tried to dip my feet into in life until I finally landed on what I do here, which is honestly the most fulfilling to me. But it's like, I used to love to work on cars. I used to, really I still like bodybuilding, but it wasn't as fulfilling as this is, or, my military background or anything other. There's nothing more fulfilling than this, but the amount of playing around that I had to do in order to come into this, you have to work for it. You have to find different things that interest you until you find that one thing that really clicks and you're like, holy crap, I love this. And then you figure out how to use that to make you money and be able to sustain you. And then after that, dude, game over.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's what I tell some of my guys that ask me that question. How do you find your purpose in life? I say, you just got to find something that you really love to do, that you're passionate about, and figure out how you can make money doing it for the rest of your life. So awesome. So Black Spider guy advice. Do you have
I have the ultimate question for JB Motivation. I'm just thinking about the jingles I can do with that pause. So question, JB Motivation. Who hurt you, man?
Why do you say that? Why do you say that?
No, it's just the ultimate question that we're all asked. Just for cracks and giggles, just because I know
you guys get asked that too.
If you ever criticize women online, it's who hurt you. Yeah. So
all the time.
Fat chicks hurt me.
Did you guys see
skinny and they showed up fat?
Oh my gosh! Do you guys see the last video that mine that went viral? It's my number one pin right now. So many people were like, "Who hurt you?" Simply because I told guys stop putting their women on a pedestal in the center of their life.
Why do you think that is, JB Motivate? Why do you think society kind of like fights back against men putting themselves forward, but will champion women being put on a pedestal? Why is that? Especially when they say they want equality.
Well, I mean, look at the push of Western culture. We've made it so, and I mean, I'm sure I'll get chastised over the internet about this, but look at where Western culture is moving. It has been so easy to be a single mom now, so easy to be a divorced, wife now, so easy for, women to be on their own, independent. Meanwhile, men get pushed to the background or pushed to the wayside. It's just the way we are going as a culture. I hate to fucking say it. And anyone that, says otherwise is not opening up their eyes to looking at the bigger picture. You know, majority of divorces that are started by women, majority of the times get everything in a marriage. Marriage right now is just a financial legal security contract for women. What do we get out of it besides cuddles? We can't even say we get laid out of it because from what the guys are saying, that drops down after you get married.
After a year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And don't even get me started on the custody battles. So it's like everything that we're doing is pushing women forward and basically holding men back. And what women figured out is they like it. Oh, they like it. They don't want to give that up. Why would they give that up? They want to keep saying that they're oppressed, and they're oppressed. It's like, no, I'm sorry, honey. You can't use that excuse no more. Because if you were really oppressed and it really didn't, you know, it was really that big of a deal, if you're a woman or not, you know, in college or in the workplace, whatever, why would they put what gender are you when putting on a job application? Why would they ask you what race or ethnicity you are in a job application? Why? Because they gear more towards, you know, specific niches or people or kind of people for certain things. There's a reason why you can get extra support if you're a single mom.
Well, JB Motivation, just so you know, if you want lower car insurance, just check off female. You get lower car insurance.
Yeah. Perfect example right there. Perfect example.
I had a dude on Tinder tell me he was a woman.
Why would they give that up?
Technically, that's supposed to be because they're supposed to be safer drivers, but don't they always like rear end shit? I don't know. That's just me.
Hey, I
had a curve.
Yeah.
I'm a woman whenever I need a discount. That's for sure.
Oh my gosh. Or a free meal.
I'm being trapped inside a man's body. So cool.
Oh my gosh. It's like, so they figured this out. Why would they want to get rid of that? So what they're doing now is they're teaching this younger generation of men, because they told all the other guys to basically shut up, man up, and stop giving a shit. We aren't allowed to be men. So now they're basically educating this younger generation of men to put these women on pedestals, that this is just the way it is, and it sucks to fucking suck. This is what equality fucking looks like. And so these guys are coming out with the wrong idea, and they're like, you're not putting your woman on a pedestal? Dude, what is wrong with you? You're going to be single for the rest of your life. No, actually, I'm going to have a woman that respects me.
There you go. That's what I like to hear. That's JB Motivation, man. Feel so hyped. Whose turn is it, man?
Can I go?
Yes, sir.
JB Motivation. I think he just motivated me to get a neck tat. Like that's
Texas. Do you I'm just going by who I see on my screen right here. So, you know, there's Texas. If you have a question, Paul, and then Chuck.
Well, I do have a question for JB, because I come into his lives. He never sees me. Every time I come into JB's lives, there's literally like 400 people in there. His lives are never dull. And every time I come in there, he's usually sitting in the car, either going to work or going to work out. But every time I go in there, and you can look right now because he's got it still in there. What's that $2 bill? You mentioned it one year, and that $2 bill is I didn't catch the story behind it, but that $2 bill has never been taken off there in every live I've watched. What's the story behind the $2 bill?
Oh, it's my blow dollar.
Your what?
I'm
bulldog.
Yeah,
no, I'm totally kidding. Everyone thinks it's like a Coke dollar.
For blow, like cocaine.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm too much of a
right.
good guy to know that.
Oh, no.
No, it doesn't help that it's rolled up, you know, for being up there for so long, and that's exactly why it's rolled up, because it has been out there for the past 2 years. That was the first tip that I got after I got out of the Marine Corps. So after I got out of the Marine Corps, I went right back into my old serving job, whatever, just because I knew it was immediate work. And that $2 bill came from an old man. And he said, you hold on to that. That used to mean something way back in the day. I'm like, all right. So I've just had that ever since.
Gotcha.
Wow.
So what I'm hearing here is an old man gave you some sage advice, and you hung on to it.
Exactly. Because always be open to new information. Always be open for knowledge, especially from the older people. And of course, someone's car alarm decides.
I was going to say someone's stealing the car behind you, brother. What the frick?
This is your chance to be a hero.
I'm about to drive away in 2 seconds.
I don't know if anyone else is making the connection here, but I mean, JB reminds me a lot of Retired Goat, to be honest.
Really?
The same stances on marriage. He's constantly preaching to young men, work about purpose, work about your purpose, put your purpose first, go to the gym, work out, keep your body in shape, keep yourself in shape. And I'm seeing a young retired GOAT in JB, which is great because it means that the younger men, because I'm going to be honest, I'm a little bit older, JB, but the younger men coming up there are some people that have the right mindset, and they're going to continue giving this message out.
I'm not gonna lie though, I had to go through so much in order to get the mindset that I have. That honestly, I wouldn't wish what I went through on anyone. I wouldn't take anything away because I wouldn't be the person that I am. But just knowing the both physical and emotional pain of everything that I have gone through in my short 23 years of life is like I wouldn't wish that on anyone. But I'm taking the knowledge that I've acquired having gone through so much and spreading it in hopes that guys don't have to go through the same bullshit that I did in order to acquire this mindset.
Yeah, man. Red pill is necessary, man. Red pill is necessary. I think one person told me that if I didn't, they didn't see one of my videos, he was going to kill himself. So literally, like, there's a lot of, like you were saying, there's a lot of little boys, 15-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 17-year-olds that are being pressed upon by feminism that they're toxic, they're evil, they're bad, they're predators, they're monsters. And some of them just can't handle it anymore. And it's sad that they feel that way. So I personally feel like red pill is a necessity, 100% necessity, just because they need another perspective besides you're bad, you're a predator, you're evil. It hurts me, man.
Yeah.
So here's your analogy on that one, JB. I hate to interject like this, but I mean, you wish you didn't have to go through all that shit, but fucking suffering is a currency, dude. All these bitches want diamonds. All a diamond is a lump of fucking carbon that was put under pressure and did really well over a lot of time. Valuable. You're one of us.
Welcome to the team.
Yes, sir. Sometimes in life, fellas, you got to go through something to get to something, man. Paul, do you have a question for JB?
Yeah. So, Joe, when you were on my podcast, I asked you how you got into doing motivational TikToks. You want to tell that story? Because we also talked about your thirst trap voice. So,
right. So, I mean, I got on TikTok because I was like everyone else, bored on quarantine, and I just got out of bartending school. I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna make shirtless bartending videos. My old account was called The Buff Bartender. Like literally nothing to do with motivation at all. I figured that's how I get popular. I mean, shit, I had abs. I knew how to bartend, chicks like that. Shit, fuck it. And then I started opening up my mouth, started actually, saying shit, and people were like, wow, you actually sound interesting. So I'm like, all right. So I just kept making videos. And at the very end of 2020, and I started to really kind of open up with my following and share some of my experiences and who I am as a person. I had one video go viral. And by that time, my account had already gotten flagged a million different fucking times. So I was already on my last straw. But that video went viral, got taken down at like 1.4 million views or something like that. And it talked about, what goes through a man's head after you tell him to man up. After he's tried to express to somebody that, hey, I'm not doing too good right now. And you're like, no, suck it up, man. Get over it. So I kind of dive into what really goes through our head and what our reaction is after you tell us that shit. And the response that I got off that, of how many guys related to that video so much, and how many guys of all ages, young and all the way, 50, 60, it didn't matter. How we were all on the same page of like, yeah, it fucking sucks. We deal with it, but it sucks. So after my first account got fully taken down, and I was looking to start my second account, because after I saw that, I was like, there's a need. I'm like, there are people like actually fucking hurting, and no one is saying anything. Why isn't anyone saying anything, not only about what's going on, but how to even overcome shit like this? So after that, I was gun ho. I hired myself a TikTok mentor. I'm like, I'm not messing around. I'm going to blow this up as big as I can, as fast as I can. And I mean, I started JBMotivation.com, like my merch site, in April, and I started the Uncon Kings movement around that same time, and I just took off with it.
Nice.
Awesome. Fun fact.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jared.
I was going to say, fun fact, JB. all these men that you see right now have gotten their accounts taken down at least a few times. Except for me.
Except for J. Ryan.
Except for me. So all that frustration that you guys feel, man, about being banned, I don't know what that feels like. I gotta be banned in order to. Hey, man, I don't even know.
Means you got more work to do, because if you don't have haters, you're not doing something right.
Oh,
yes.
Yes.
Hey, do death threats count? I get a lot of death threats, but
what?
Yeah,
I was joking with those death threats.
I've never gotten a death threat.
I've only gotten death threats once, and that was freaking hilarious.
Yeah. So since I have death threats, am I doing something right?
Okay. Yeah, I'll give that to you.
Maybe they just hate you so much that they don't even want to get rid of you. They want you to know how much they hate you. That's how much space you're occupying in their head.
Okay.
No, but just to tap off what JB said, though, there's definitely like a silent problem going on that the media doesn't even talk about. I mean, look at what happened with International Men's Day. Look at what the UN texted. I don't know if anybody saw on Twitter what they said. They said basically Men's Day should be a day of all. We should represent all genders on this day. Come men and women. And basically just trashing on men and things.
They try to take away the one day a year we get.
Shit, we barely even get Father's Day.
Yeah, they talk about that, but it's definitely a silent issue. I mean, I talked to my dad about it too, and he's just like, yeah, that's just the way it is. But men, like all of us basically go, oh, that's just the way it is. But that's what it is. That's that unspoken silent pain that just kind of all men just deal with on a regular basis. And now society's like putting it on like max, and then you go on TikTok and you just see video after video of girls laughing at us, pretty much using us, abusing us, manipulating us in court. And it's just like all these men just go, yeah, that's just the way it is. Man, that's just the way it is. And then men start killing themselves en masse. And then everyone just goes, that's just the way it is. Oh, those were weak men. And it's that silent pain that we all kind of share. And, that the red pill kind of just says, hey, we're going to talk about this, and just like what Paul said, and what J-Rod said, we've all been banned, but we're not going to stop, because this isn't just a thing about trying to generate money. It's not just a thing about, trying to go viral. It's an actual issue that a lot of men and young kids are dealing with. And I mean, I had a guy tell me, he doesn't have a dad. He looks up to me, and I had another guy tell me he doesn't have a brother. He sees me as an older brother. And it's just like, wow, there's a lot of guys out there that don't have a masculine role, and I think we've all said this before, we're all different flavors of red pill. Some people might not like my message, but they'll listen to J-Rod, or they'll listen to Paul, or they might listen to Chuck, but at least there's different varieties that they can choose from to get this information out there. I don't care if Chuck goes viral. I don't care if, JB Motivation has 1 million subs, as long as the message really gets out there. I like it. I like that I have a little following, but the main key should be the message, so I just appreciate the fact that all of us here together understand that,
I'm going to back him up on that. I definitely enjoy the camaraderie and the fact that when stuff does work well, like Paul, Christ, your interview with Rolo. Way to go, dude.
Yeah.
I felt good all day because Paul texted me some shit.
Dude, I was just like, I didn't know this was going to happen. I mean, like his power went out in the middle of our interview yesterday, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sakes, come on, and he like rescheduled it twice, but yeah, we got it nailed up. It's coming out.
It's crazy. I can't even get an interview with my mother, and Paul somehow got one with Rolo. Great, awesome. That's awesome, man.
Hey, reach out to Rolo. I'm sure he'll give you an interview, man. Like he's a good guy. He was really
awesome. Cool. Chuck, do you have a question for JB?
Yeah, I got a question, JB. So I've heard you talk about wanting to do this on some of your videos full time, and that's some of our goals here too. What do you do right now, and how can we help you get where you're going?
See, like I always laugh because people, when you do as much as we do in terms of like content creating in our lives and trying to be as interactive as we possibly can with our followers, they don't understand the amount of background work that goes into it.
Oh, yeah.
I still have a full-time job. So Everyone's like, oh, you don't care about your followers. You're just in it for the money. Like, motherfuckers, I still work 50 hours a week.
What do you
I'm doing this because I love you guys. So to give you guys an idea of everything that I do in the background in regards to my content creating, I go live once a day. I make 3 to 4 videos every single day. I try to come out with a podcast every single week. Obviously I have JBMotivation is a legal business. It's an LLC. Nice. So I have my merch site. I'm in charge of making all the products, making all the designs. I've made my entire website from scratch with all the links and sub and everything in regards to that. I run a community Discord of almost 3,000 different people, which I have a small team that helps me run that. I do coaching calls. I feel like I'm missing something, but yeah, I do all the editing for all my podcasts.
Shit.
Yeah, the editing is definitely a heavy, tiring thing, bro. I spend like, I don't know, 5 hours, almost 8 hours a day doing green screen sound effects, and writing screens.
Plus he edits this show.
Oh yeah, I edit this show too.
That's right. Spider Guy's our editor. Yeah.
What do you do full time right now, JB?
I'm a server. I'm a fucking server.
What?
He's a buff bartender, guys. We've already established
what? Hey, do people recognize you at work though? Do you ever get people that recognize you at work or?
Well, all right. So
I've tell you.
Oh yeah, I've popped up on every single one of my coworkers' For You pages, and then probably about once a week or once every other week, I get recognized by someone walking in.
Can I give you a piece of advice that a lot of people are going to say is horrible?
What?
You want to do this full time, right?
I'm not becoming a male stripper.
No, how many hours a week do you work right now? Seriously, how many hours a week do you work right now?
About 40 to 50.
40 to 50. All right. I mean, I wanted to be in real estate full time. I kept trying to crack into it without quitting my job. And then finally, I just said to myself, you know what? If I get the same 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year, if I can't fucking make it, if I quit my job right now, I don't deserve to fucking live. Just quit, dude. You got this. You have what it takes. I can see it. I've seen your fucking videos. Cowboy up. You got that 40 hours to dump into your coaching calls. I know you can fucking do this.
Napoleon Hill says burn the ships behind you, right?
Yeah, dude. May the fucking bridges you burn light your way.
That was inspirational. I'll give you that one. You're motivated the motivator.
Yeah, well, it is fucking motivation, dude. And it's just, I think you have the discipline. You're a bodybuilder. You've got the same similar background, like as I do from what I can see. Dude, 40 hours a week that you're awake. Calculate the money you can make on your business and your passion. And when you get out of the car after this podcast, quit, get my number from Paul and text me. Thank you. You got this.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at this. We're all speechless now. Now we're all going to quit our jobs. Look at this. We're all going to
now we're all going to quit.
Hey, Spider Guy, I did. What do you think of my fucking joint? I said I quit my job with fucking nothing. I made it. And you can too.
Chuck, you are a special case. You see, you were red pill out of the womb. So, you know, it's different. It's different for you. You know, your voice was deep. You know, you were out there doing your thing at a very young age. Took us the blue pill, then red pill transformation to do that. You were just already this.
Yeah, but I'm still dumb and I buy chicks' cars and shit.
Well, you're not dumb, Chuck. You're having a good time.
And it still doesn't shut him up.
One thing I told Chuck the other day was like, yeah, I'm fucking old, you know, like I'm in 42. I'm just,
you're not old.
I'm figuring
you're not old.
Hey, look at this.
When you're not old, when you hit 50, you come talk to me.
Okay. All right. Touche.
You're not old, Paul. You run miles and marathons. You're not old.
But still, like, I'm just now figuring this shit out. So, yeah, I'm going to quit tomorrow. Thanks, Chuck. We'll quit.
I will say this, though. I'm glad I figured this out in my 20s. I'm glad I figured this out in my 20s.
But there's one thing I want to add to that. It doesn't matter what age a man is, because when a man finally wakes up and says, enough is fucking enough. And he just says, he walks away from it. He goes out, he can pick up and start something else. I was 46 when I walked away from a job to spend more time at home with my son. I created a small lawn business. And you go forward, you say, you know what? I'm putting everything into this. I put your chips in, and you move forward and you start and you just go. I didn't have a 40-hour-a-week job when I started my lawn business. I just started it. You pick up and you move forward. Men do that.
That's awesome, Texas. That's some real shit right there, man.
And like Chuck was saying, I mean, if this is what you want to do, JB, then you pick up, if you've got enough to get yourself by 6 months, put in for 6 months. If it doesn't work out in 6 months, you reevaluate. You may go back to the part-time job to help you for a minute, but if you can't make it in 6 months because you've got the drive, the attitude, the means, and the pathway, you'll be fine. Just like Chuck said.
Fuck that shit. There's no other option. You're not going to starve to death. Smart people rarely do. You'll be fine.
We all know that cans of tuna are like 70 cents. Okay. You can get that protein. Anyway. Prisoners.
Hey, I will say this though, man. Oh, sorry, but no, I will say this though, man. I treat this like it's a lifestyle. Mm-hmm. I don't wake up and I go, I gotta do this and do this, or I don't even have a set amount of videos I make. I just make videos until I go, okay, I'm gonna take a break, and then I keep making more. I treat this. I go to the gym like 4 days, almost 5 days a week. People ask me, how do I do that? Even when I'm tired, even if I'm sick, I go. And I don't think about it as like I'm going to the gym. I think about it as this is just my way of life. So for me, when people say, well, Spider Guy, is that like a part of it? No, I am Spider Guy. This is my life. As soon as I wake up, I'm Spider Guy. I go to work. I only work three days a week, thank God. But I work every day. I tell everyone I work every single day. Even if I'm not at work, I'm still at work. I wake up, I'm in work. My whole apartment is a studio, lamps and green screens. And this is a lifestyle. Like Chuck said, I'm not quitting my job though. Not there yet, but I'm cool. I'm close. But for me anyway, this is a lifestyle, is a hell of a lot of work, but it's a labor of love. Because I watch my own videos and I laugh. So
I'm just throwing it out there, guys. With every tick of the clock, every day, every time the sun comes back up, you're that much closer to dead. So fucking go for it.
Say that again.
It is indeed a lifestyle. I'm not there to quit my job yet. Which, by the way, I got to text my boss and say I'm just joking. I want to keep my job. Make me supervisor or I quit. See how that goes. But anyway, while we're on the topic, man, JB, I got a question for you, man. So how do you keep going even if you feel like giving up? Because sometimes, man, I find it hard, man. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. So I find it hard sometimes just to keep on going. I'll be tired. It's just like, man.
No, I get it, and that's a normal feeling. Life has its highs and lows and everything like that. You're human. You're not some machine. You can't just go with absolutely no feeling, especially when life throws rocks in the water and it has those ripple effects. I get asked that question all the fucking time because I'm over here motivating everyone else and everyone's looking at me like, dude, how are you doing this still? I keep it real with them. And I try to tell all my followers, I'm one of the realest creators you will ever meet because when I'm struggling, you'll know. But you'll also see me adapt and overcome to those struggles as well. Because I'm not going to lie, especially when I was in my last relationship, there were days where I didn't want to get out of bed. There were days where I'm like, my 9's right there. That sounds really tempting. And I almost did. I put out a video, a couple of videos talking about it too. I got really close. Like it does get hard. And I understand that pretty much through and through. What honestly keeps me going is, one, I found my purpose. So I have that bigger reason to wake up every single morning. And for me, at least, I'm a stubborn motherfucker, right? I've already almost died 3 times in my life. One was my mom. One was, I guess, God just having fun with me. And the third time was myself, right? I'm still here. So I see it as, if I wake up, I might as well do this shit anyway. I'm already fucking here. And I'm obviously here for a reason. So I wake up, I have the things to do. I might as well just do them. And then I know eventually at some point, I will get to the spot where it's like, I'm actually happy, right? I'm actually wanting to wake up every single morning. I actually made a video about this. It's one of my pin videos. They call it motivated depression, right? It's where you're just so tired. You're tired of the shit. You're tired of constantly going through it. And you're finding it very hard to see the outcome, right? You're almost in that depressive state, but you still have work to do, right? You still have a job to do. You still have bills to take care of. If you have kids, you still have a kid to take care of. So you still get up and you still do the work in hopes that one day, eventually, you put in the work, you put in that good quality work long enough that you will get to the point where you can just be happy, right? Be happy with the fruits of your labor. Be happy with being able to grind it out, being happy that, on the days where you did just wake up, you didn't just call it quits, because a man goes to fucking, that's all we know how to do. It's just fucking work. Pulling the trigger is an easy way out. And I'm ashamed for the fact that I did. But
yeah, been there, man.
Yeah.
Don't feel ashamed, bro. Same boat.
All a man knows how to do is work. So at the end of the day, we have to do what we know best. Fucking work.
Hey, JD, can I half-ass disagree with you on that?
Go for it.
Because, and this is not out of disrespect, I'm 43, right? And I have been there to where I've enjoyed the fruits of my labor. I hit the fucking 7-figure mark. I did Mr. America, almost fucking won. You can Google it. I had a point in my life where I didn't work for most of my 30s. I'd wake up to more money than I went to bed to. I'd take fucking months off, right? And, I'm sitting at home one day with 2 fucking kids feeding them, thinking like, why am I thinking about blowing my fucking brains out? And it's because after all those years of ingraining into your mind, achieve, I fucking sell houses now. I come to the office, I just throw like a fucking $100,000 check on the counter, and I'm like, the thrill of the kill is gone. It's the next chase, the next thing. Like when you fucking stop chasing excellence, even when you have that happiness, it goes away really fucking quick. It's fucking, it's torturous, but you can't stop chasing something. It's part of
I agree with that. I agree with that too, Chuck. I agree with that too. I feel like
I fucking experienced it. Like I was just looking for new and exciting ways to try to kill myself. I'm seriously. Why not? Let me take this gun off this guy who's fucking trying to rob this place. Why not? And it's just like you just don't care.
Right. And that's why I always tell guys in my coaching calls, like, you have to believe in something bigger than yourself. You have to have that greater. I don't care if it's God. I don't care if it's the universe. I don't give a shit if it's a fucking flower. You need something bigger than yourself to work towards and have that backing. Because at the end of the day, when all is said and done, your mind and your body will only take you so far. They will. You're only fucking human. You need something bigger than yourself to keep pushing you, to have that little hint of faith to keep going. And after you have that one goal, you should already be setting up for the next and bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's that greater purpose that you're constantly striving for. So you don't hit that point where you're like, well, I've already hit everything I want to hit. I don't know what to do now.
Yeah.
I say reach for the sun. That's what I always say. People tell me I'm crazy, and I'm like, that's good. That means that I'm moving forward. Reach for the sun. It's there. It's warm. You feel it. Yeah. You might not ever be able to touch it, but you feel it. So you keep trying to chase the sun. That's what I do. That's what all of us, I think, are doing. I feel like there's no greater power than an ideal that's greater than yourself. I've watched what happens when men lose their motivation or when men lose their purpose, and it's sad. They stagnate. They become weaker forms of themselves. And I think what Chuck said is 100%. Just a man needs that chase, or he starts to wane and lose himself. They actually did an experiment on this with mice, where a mouse had they gave a mouse everything it wanted: food, sex, all that stuff, and the mice started to mentally break down. So they've actually shown that depression correlates with loss of purpose, because at the end of the day, we are also animals. And it's been shown that, you take a dolphin out of its environment, you put it in a tank, it starts to die. And it directly correlates to, just purpose. Animals are born with purpose, just like humans are born with purpose. And because we live in this automated world, we've kind of put ourselves, like taking the dolphin out of the sea and putting him in a cage. We've done that to ourselves.
Well, yeah, I wanted to. You kind of said what I was going to say anyway, and expand on that a little bit. I mean, think about where we are in society right now. We are so comfortable and have gotten so complacent, especially in like Western culture. Because I'm not saying this is everywhere worldwide, but like, look, if I wanted food, I go to Walmart, go get some food. If I need gas, I go get gas. If I need water, I go get water. If I wanted an ass, I go to a bar, I hop on Tinder, I go whatever. I have everything I need at the touch of my fingertips. I don't have to struggle if I don't want to struggle. You know what I mean? Everything is so readily available. And so what happens is a lot of guys don't know how to get that chase. A lot of guys don't know how to navigate that path. So what they'll do is they're so taught that, nope, your purpose is to get a woman, get married, work until you're fucking 65 and then retire. Maybe be happy after you retire and stop working and fucking die. But what happens is they chase that, right? Because that's what everyone says their chase should be, is a fucking woman. They get that woman, they put her on the pedestal. What happens? She could leave. Heaven forbid if she passes away, something could happen. Something could happen with you, or you fuck up when you're forced out. Like, there's so many different variables, and you're taken out of that situation, and you're like, well, this is all I've worked towards. That's all I have. Now what do I do? And it's like, no, dude, come on.
No, 100%, man. It's that. What is? I think there was a quote actually on Twitter that said, "Poor people are obese, rich people are thin," and it speaks to the fact that rich people will put shortcuts, or sorry, not shortcuts, will add difficulty to their life to make their lives more purposeful, whereas poor people will just survive, eat, work, sleep, children, age, then die. I see it at work, for example. I listen to a lot of people. They say, "Oh, you got to get that pension, stay here for 20 years, and then you're set." And I go, "Wow, you're gonna put in 20." They even give you a little medal. They say, "You spent 30 years working here. Good job." And it's like, yeah, I was a slave to you, working for your dream.
Here's your golden watch.
I think Chuck will agree with me on this, but one thing I learned, I read The Millionaire Next Door. I'm the book guy. The Millionaire Next Door talks about percentages, and they did a study on like wealthy people, and you'll find that wealthy people don't sit around all day. They don't watch TV. They better themselves. They read books. Like most rich people are constantly reading. They're trying to learn more stuff. They're trying to better themselves. They're trying to improve their lives. So it makes sense that wealthy people are thin, right? Because they're trying to improve their physical health and stuff too. They don't they're always trying to do better. It's a mindset.
You guys are going to hate me, but when I had to rebuild my business, I took 4.5 years off of social media. Just to fucking, lost 5 mil, boom. Just shut everything down.
Damn, dude.
Fuck it. I want to get back to there and beyond. And it was just like, I also did not have TV. It was here. It just didn't have service. It was just a ridiculous fucking level of focus where, again, if I can't get back to where I was in a fraction of the time, I don't deserve to live.
Jack Canfield talks about that. He says, like TV, he goes, it's a money waster. He's like, you're watching people on TV making the money that you could be making right now.
Yes.
And I'm giving them my life too.
Mm-hmm.
The most fucking valuable thing I have is time, not Netflix.
What you're gonna say something, Waylon?
Texas.
When I went to Afghanistan in 2007, I gave my TV away, and when I came back, I never went and bought another one. And I have not owned another TV since 2007, and I can tell you from experience, the knowledge, the amount of time you waste in front of that TV, it's time you don't get back. And there's nothing that TV doesn't, that game show, that favorite show you have, it doesn't gain you anything in your life that's permanent. It's a momentary flutter of time that is gone. It's like you've burned away money, you've burned away purpose, you've burned away anything you could have done with that time. Because time's the one thing people don't get back, and not buying another TV and never having had another TV has changed my life to where I can focus on other things and enjoy life the way it was meant to be, the way it was meant to be lived.
You don't get programmed by the media to think a certain way either. That's another thing, with what they're doing out there, pushing a specific bias and narrative. You're not brainwashed. I don't watch TV either.
I stopped watching the news last year because I was like,
same here.
Do this anymore.
Anybody ever go to like Canada or a positive country and watch the news?
Canada's not very positive right now, I'm hearing.
Well, when I was watching the news was like, instead of murders and all this other shit, it's like there was a parade and a party in the park today and everybody had fun. Jim, let's go to you on the scene, eh?
That kind of shit doesn't sell. Though. That's why Chuck and Spider Guy are able to blow up because they put out some like harsh ass shit that's really polarizing, and then they're like overnight they have 25,000 followers and 1.4 million views and stuff like that.
Oh, my personality is very polarizing. Yeah. I'm just extremely sarcastic naturally. It's just how it is.
Black Spider Guy, do you have another question for JB?
So JB, you said you're 23.
I am.
So when did you like realize the red pill? Chuck, for example, didn't need to stumble upon any book or read anything. He just always was, and then was like, oh, there's this thing called red pill. But with you, so you're 20, you're much younger than, well, not much younger than me, but we're around the same age. But when did you tap into the red pill, bro? When did you learn all this stuff? Because you said you went through a lot of stuff, but you must have hit the accelerate button, bro, because I didn't really become full into this until I was like 25.
So I have no idea, because I didn't even hear about red pill, blue pill, alpha male, beta bullshit, whatever, until really I got on social media. I had no idea this stuff even existed. In my mind, all I was doing is living my life, learning from every experience that I had and growing, and figured out what makes sense logically, take the emotion out of the bullshit and look at it. Where can this serve me logically? Emotions are not going to serve me. Reacting in life is not going to serve me. I need to respond logically, tactfully, and figure out how can this best serve me. And if it does not serve me or give me peace, why is it there? And the only mistake I ever made with that shit is allowing some of the women into my life that I did.
Oh yeah. Feel that power. Like masculine energy, man.
Yes, sir.
Woo, feel that sermon.
If it's not bringing me peace or adding any value to my life, what are you doing here?
Exactly.
I'll ask him that too. Be like, what are you doing here? You caused nothing but a bunch of stress in my life. I was at a football game. This girl got me in trouble with another man. Wouldn't shut her mouth. What are you doing here? No, you don't get to ride in the car with me. You get an Uber. So
it's funny that all of us men here and have come to it all comes to the same conclusion. It comes down to peace. Everyone that I've listened to, I've seen your videos, I've talked to you. It comes down to peace. Men want peace in their life, and most of us are saying the same thing. Women are not bringing it to us, and that's the lesson we're learning. Women are not bringing men peace. And JB said it best right there. If you're not bringing me peace, what are you doing here?
Yeah, men need to not be afraid to walk away from like shitty relationships, and they need to really keep an eye out for red flags and not tolerate shit, like have seriously healthy boundaries.
Be my peace of mind, be my piece of ass. If not, it's time to peace out.
Yeah, man. One content creator that I love listening to, Darius M, and he talks about that a lot. I remember the first video he made about like walking away from a woman that's not giving you peace. He started off the video. I'll never forget it. He says, one of the single most greatest powers you have as a man is being able to walk away, being able to tell a woman that you're done, walking away from a bad situation. Not just with women, but with any bad situation, whether if it's business or if you got a bad group of friends around you, it's, protect your peace at all times, man.
Now, Fresh and Fit actually talked about that. They were saying like the only thing that a woman has over a man is her sexual powers. But once a man says, I'm good, and just leaves, she's lost all control. I tell dudes all the time, if you're dating a girl and she's acting kind of weird, don't ask for any physical fun for a week. Anytime she comes near you, just say, nah, I'm good. She will rush to service you after a while because you're taking away her power, and she knows that. It's the ultimate I win card. She's acting crazy. You know what? No physical fun. Don't touch me.
The greatest negotiating power is being able to walk away and mean it.
Yeah. That's true. A lot of guys will turn around and then they'll turn right back as soon as she says, "Well, I'm sorry."
You got to mean it. Yeah, if you say you're gonna walk away, you got to mean it. Yeah,
because a lot of job in Manhattan, just walking away.
That's it. Because a lot of guys, what they would do is that they would walk away, but then they think, oh, if I walk away, she's automatically gonna want me. It's like, nah, man, you got to walk away and like mean it. Don't do it because
JB,
you heard that it's going to get her interested in you again, man. You just walk away.
I just want to ask you a question about JB. What was your walk away moment?
In my last relationship, I walked away really, really late, honestly, because there were so many red flags that I don't know why I ignored, and then I made the mistake of living with her, which made it even harder to walk away.
Oh God!
It's exactly. So my final last straw, because it was very physically and emotionally abusive. Was finally I gave her one last straw to, get her shit together, because I invested a lot into her and, really close with her family and everything. Was one night we got really into it and it escalated way farther than it should have. She had taken a knife to her throat.
Oh, Jesus.
Went to cut it and basically said, "Look what you made me do." And so I grabbed the knife, I broke it, and she grabbed the big one, the butcher knife. So I'm holding her down while calling the cops at the same time, which is, I don't know if a lot of your listeners will understand, especially like the female side, that is a very scary situation to be in for a guy. Trying to call a domestic violence call on a woman when you're a guy is extremely, extremely scary. Because that situation could have flipped on me so fast.
Cops will, all she has to say is, you tried to hurt her, and it's bam. Her word.
Bingo. I could have been the one walking out in handcuffs that night, and I thank God that the cops were extremely understandable, even though she had a very nice little incision on her neck, and I thank God that I also bought cheap Walmart knives, so it was dull as shit. But yeah, cops came, evaluated me. She ended up being admitted into a mental institution for about 5 days, and so that was like, I can't do this anymore. So I took the 5 days while she was gone. Got rid of her on all my social media, got my stuff together, got out. And when she came back, she was like, "Wait, what the fuck?" I'm like, "No, you don't understand. Like that was it for me. Like you pushed that a little bit way too far."
Wow.
That's smart, man. That's definitely what we might call a red flag.
Yes, absolutely. There's a lot. Does anyone know the percentage of women that are actually on medication for mental health and stuff like that?
Higher than men.
That's a good fucking question.
Could it be like 150%?
Because it's all video.
Should be and are two different things.
I believe the number I heard was around 48% of women are medicated right now. I think.
And about 95 should be. I'm kidding, but
don't quote me on it. That's what I believe I heard, though.
You know what? With how much big pharma pushes all their shit and all their psychotropic drugs and stuff like that, I wouldn't be surprised if that number's higher. Honestly,
but it's like, look at how the younger generation of women even take care of themselves. When I first met my ex, her diet, I kid you not, consisted of a heavily sugared Dunkin' iced coffee, the occasional order of hash browns, alcohol, and cocaine. That's what she fucking lived off of.
Fucking wow.
Wow.
These young girls fall apart so quick.
And they wonder why their physical health and their mental health are completely fucked. They ride out their youth because they're young and their body can take the abuse for a little bit. But then they wonder why when they're 30, their looks have gone completely to shit. And then no guy wants them. I was like, motherfucker, you didn't take any time at all to bring up your own value, not even physically, but especially mentally.
Yeah, man. With working out comes a mental clarity that if I didn't have it, I don't know what I would do, man. I love lifting weights. I love feeling the burn. It's just wonderful.
But here's the thing though, you can work out all day long, but if you're still eating like shit, drinking like a motherfucker, or smoking or snorting your brains out, that won't fucking matter.
That's true. I see girls smoking an e-pen while she's doing Lego lifts. It's kind of funny.
Crazy. Hey, my ex. Oh, what were you gonna say, Chuck?
No, get her number.
Get her number.
They smoke, they're easier to close. They care less.
I was gonna say.
Well,
My ex, her mom looked a lot more attractive than her. Which, by the way, I
Dude,
got
these single moms got it going on. I don't know what it is, but like they be looking a lot more attractive than these younger women now.
because they know, man. They know their value has lowered.
Well, the
JB.
whole thing about body positivity and we can do what they want means they no longer have to conform to the fact that they used to have to look good in order to get a man. They don't have to do that.
They have every tool in the fucking tool house to basically have that fake figure. I mean, shit, they have butt lifting pants, they have high waisted pants to hide the stomach. They have such padding around the bra that they can make it look like they're double D's when they're really only a B, with enough makeup on that makes Ronald McDonald look funny. Like,
They put on the costume and they go trick or treating. It's awesome.
and the most we got is we can grow a fucking beard if we can. That's it. Beard and tattoos. That's all we got.
We were born with it.
Honey, here I am.
We were born with that.
Hey.
Shit. Fuck yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you. I was gonna say before we wrap it up, I was gonna say I used to get in trouble with my ex all the time because she'd catch me looking at her mom. She's like, "Are you looking at my mom?" I'm like, she got it going on. She looking at me. You know, yeah. But we gotta wrap it up, man. So JB, before we go, where can they find you?
So my personal Instagram is JoeBT3, which everything's all linked together. Other than that, I'm JBMotivation 777 on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, which I'm never on. And then that's pretty much about it. I'm just trying to grow and expand, and hopefully one day soon I'm looking to create my own social media platform because I'm tired of the goddamn censorship.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Let us know, man. Let us know.
We'll all be migrating there.
Yeah, it's in talks right now, just trying to figure out how much of an arm and a leg or whatever it's going to cost me. So
Let us know, bro. I would love to be down for working on a project like that. That'd be pretty dope.
oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, JB, thank you so much for coming on the show. You guys already know, go find him on all social media platforms he just said. Don't forget to sub to the channel, guys. Like the video. We got to get our subs up, man.
We got to, man. We got to get to 500.
And we got to get you guys to buy our fucking merch.
Yes,
exactly.
Buy the merch.
Every time I get the report,
merch.
I cry myself to sleep. I cry river like Timberlake did back in 2002. Every time I get a report. So make sure that you guys buy our merch. Link is going to be in the description. Sub to the channel once again. And yeah, we will see you guys very soon. We out.